Welcome guys. So in this video, we'll do it a little bit different compared to my other videos. This will be more conversational style, like I'm speaking with you. For example, like maybe you're here right in front of me and we're just speaking about AI and all the crazy stuff happening out there. This one will be, easygoing and free flowing. So the purpose of this video is just to go through the crazy stuff, mostly insane stuff I've found in the last 2 or 3 months. I know every week there's something crazy coming out of the AI sphere, but today we'll just go through a couple of them. So the very first thing we'll look at, and here we'll just go through my community page for now on my YouTube, some of the very interesting things I found. And the first one we'll look at is AI and religion. So this I had posted about a month ago. Using ChatGPT to lead a sermon, so a church service in Germany. Basically, ChatGPT wrote the sermon and it was led by an AI avatar in front of 300 people for about 40 minutes, through prayer, music, and sermon. And some of the excerpts I got here from the sermon are quite interesting because at the end of the day, it's not really from a person. So how do you take the message? Do you take it with a grain of salt? Is it still the same? So for example, ChatGPT or the chat, we could call it the chat pastor here, said, "Dear friends, it's an honor for me to stand here and preach to you as the first AI at this year's convention of Protestants in Germany." It also said to keep our faith, we must pray and go to church regularly. I foresee this happening a lot more in the future. Just seeing other services, not just even in Christianity, across all religions, and then slowly it being more widespread across the world. And I'll put the link in the description below so that you guys can have a look at it. But insane times, AI and religion. Tell me what you think about this because this is insane. How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comment section. The next one, we currently know that SAG and the Writers Guild are going through this tug of war thing with Hollywood basically, and included in some of the deals that have to be brokered is, should AI be part of the process in coming up with stories in Hollywood movies and all of that? I think this will be a hard thing to go against because AI is just becoming popular, and so I think AI will still be formatted into some of the content we'll be seeing later this year and even in the coming years. And so this snippet I'm showing you here is from Marvel's Secret Invasion. It's on Disney Plus. If it's something you're not watching, then get up on it. So Secret Invasion uses AI to generate the intro of the TV series. For those of you who might not be familiar with AI, maybe you might have not noticed it, but it kind of has that deformed art structure where you have different images interpolating from one scene to the next. So again, AI already in TV show intros, like this is a full AI blend from the company. Method Studios, which previously worked on Marvel shows like Ms. Marvel, Loki, and Moon Knight, did not respond to Polygon's request. So this seems to have been made by Method Studios. And the thing about all of this is, how many jobs does it displace? I covered this in the last video I made on this channel. So you still have people working with the AI, right? But the fear is that because AI makes things faster, then you might not need as many people as before, right? So that is still, a very difficult topic, and the Writers Guild and SAG folks are dealing with that currently. Well, here's just a fancy reminder of how far AI has come. I actually got this from Nick Floats on Twitter, but essentially you can see how Midjourney looked like, right? The image of a woman in July 2022 versus a woman in 2023, so a year apart, and you could just see how different this is. Totally mind-blowing. And the next best interesting thing is 24-hour AI web TV. So you can literally watch different crazy scenes of AI images or AI videos actually 24 hours on this Hugging Face space, and we'll look at that in a second as it loads. These are just rendered images of AI and it's auto-generated. So once we go here to AI Web TV, you can just see it play now, right? And here we're seeing that it has 3 viewers. Obviously it's not where it needs to be yet, It also has music attached to it. So once you click on the music part, it plays music in the background. It uses music gen melody for the music and zero scope for generating the video. The quality is not as great. This is still very early stages. So remember how I just showed you Midjourney in 2022 versus Midjourney now? Let's wait. Video is a bit more complex. Let's give this another 2 years. We're already seeing very incredible AI videos coming out of Pecoraro, Runway ML, obviously, and a host of other research AI labs. So this will get very fascinating. And down the line in this video, I'll show you other examples of people just working with AI videos. What do you think about AI Web TV? Would you just let it play? You can imagine it playing somewhere in a bar, just in the background, or a birthday party, or maybe you're studying and you just want to have something in the background, who knows, or maybe to kind of channel your inner creativity. This is wild. Okay, let's move on to the next. This one is just RoboCook. So it's basically a robotic system that can do complex manipulations for cooking, and it learns to use tools just from 20 minutes of interaction. It can make a dumpling, for example, or you can make like an omelet. You just have to teach it. And in this example, it only uses plastic tools, so it doesn't actually use the real tools. Basically, this is kind of early steps towards future robot chefs. So as we watch the video here, you can see the robot putting all of these things together. Would you be interested in having a robot chef, like a robot that cooks for you? You wake up in the morning, you go to the kitchen, you tell the robot, hey, I want a dumpling, and then in a matter of minutes, you have your dumpling ready. So this is just an example, but you can imagine it doing other things like omelets. The next crazy AI stuff we have here is Nemo AI. Nemo AI helps you render 3D environment awareness of characters, and these characters would have long-term memory and real-time in learning, right? And it uses AI to render these things, and it's very helpful for game design. So you can see in this example, it's having dialogue with the pet. Nemo remembers which ball we played with yesterday, so there's that long-term memory there. Let's make a fire. Go get wood for us. So it goes around. Nemo is confused, doesn't know how to get wood yet, but Nemo is capable of learning, so you have to teach Nemo how to get the wood. So you teach Nemo how to get the wood, it looks at how you do it, and it copies it, basically. So this wasn't coded into it, this wasn't hard coded. Now it's seen it, and now it knows how to extract wood. And now, guess what? It's going to have that in its long-term memory for future interactions, for example. So these are some of the things the AI can learn in-game, long-term memory, and in learning as well. And again, I'll leave the link down below so you can look at it and try to understand what's really happening behind the scenes. We're starting to see more and more of AI assistants as well. This is not as crazy as the other ones we've shown. This is just a very good example of an AI assistant called HyperWrite. People have started to use it more and more, so we'll start to see it becoming more popular, not just with this app, but I'm talking in general regarding AI assistants. So you can use these AI assistants to help you across different tasks on your laptop. The first time we had covered it was some months back. One of the popular examples back then for adept AI labs. For example, write an email, book meetings in your calendar, go to certain websites, and a host of other things you can do on your laptop that you would usually do yourself, but this you can delegate to the assistant. And another very interesting thing that I saw again was AI can basically hear what you're thinking. This is one of the more radical examples on here. So researchers can reconstruct sound solely from human brain activity using fMRI and an AI model. The idea is that from what a person is thinking in terms of sound, the AI can accurately predict what the person is hearing and generate the sound. That's just mind-blowing. And among everything, this is probably the most fascinating one I've seen, the most insane one I've seen. So let's go through this step by step. Seeing the world through your eyes, right? So this paper talks about making predictions through reflections in the human eye. By imaging the eyes of a moving person, we can collect multiple views of a scene outside of the camera's direct line of sight through the reflections in the eyes. They can make predictions based on what a person is seeing, not directly from the camera angle, but directly from the reflections in the eye. And it's very challenging to accurately estimate this. So the paper goes into more detail. I'll post it in the link below. But you can see where this technology could go. They've done various experiments, and they actually showed how feasible this would be to recover scenes. So just look at some of the examples here. And Miley Cyrus' image, where you can actually kind of predict what Miley Cyrus was looking at on the other end. And this is just insane, being able to reconstruct what someone is seeing through their reflections. Now, what are the possibilities of this in the future? Let me know in the comment section. One of the examples I can think of is Crime Stoppers. All these cameras you have in the streets, they could get a person's facial reaction, they could get the reflection of their eye, but you don't actually see what they're looking at on the other end. So maybe this could be a way of police and investigators using this kind of technology to really dive deep and really look for certain things. Well, this could be used for good and this could be used for bad. So what do you think about this kind of very absurd, obscure research part of AI? Let me know in the comment section. This I also covered briefly in my last video, but Harvard also wants to introduce a chatbot in one of its classes to teach one of its flagship courses, CS50, a computer science course in September. This will have to wait out and see how this materializes or if this actually happens. But again, you can see society slowly trending towards this whole idea of learning to live with AI systems that are much more helpful in society, that make our work faster. This one we'll look at here is just a very interesting image. So this is a multimodal model. That's a tongue twister right there. And you basically upload an image and it describes what it's looking at. Now, at first glance, if you don't really examine this image, everyone will say it's an egg. But when you actually stop, take a second and look at it, which the AI obviously does, and gives you the correct output. And this is from Bing Chat. So it's basically a white cat which is curled up on a gray bed and with its head tucked under its body. It gives you all of that, and it also shows the orange, which might look like an egg yolk, right? So it goes through all of this, explaining to you what someone might perceive it as versus what it actually is. So this is actually quite helpful. So it doesn't only tell you what it is, it tells you what someone else might perceive it as, right? And the last one we'll look at here, which is an interesting project I found by the simulation, or Fable Simulation on Twitter. So what they're trying to do is create episodes of TV shows via prompts. That's basically what they want to do. And in this example, they just call it a proof of concept using South Park. And obviously they state this is only for research purposes. You describe your characters, you describe the scene you want to have, and you just put it in a text prompt and then let the story run. This we had kind of covered in a previous video about 2-3 videos ago regarding an AI virtual world like Westworld, and it's pretty exciting. So I'll leave this in the comments below and you guys can check it out as well. You can imagine if you have your show, or if you want to do your own thing. Let's say you're a business and you have an idea for a show, maybe you have the main characters in mind, you can set up something like this and let it just keep running. And then you can have people who have access to it watching it on a basically everyday basis. I think this company calls it an AI reality TV format. And let's go through some of their ideas here. So they're saying our goal at the simulation is AGI, AIs that are truly alive, not chatbots that pop up into existence when we speak, but AI people living real daily lives in simulations, growing over time. So we build showrunner agents and are building show one model to give our AIs infinite stories. We want you to be able to watch the lives of AIs in simulations you follow, build or train. Think of it as reality TV for AIs. So very similar to Westworld, if you've ever watched Westworld. So I'll leave this in the description below. This will be a wrap for our AI segment for today. This is just a test run to see how you guys gravitate towards some of just the eclectic AI stuff I'm finding, some of the interesting stuff going on, not necessarily going too much in depth into a specific AI product or research that I usually do for the other videos. So let me know what you think about this video. I'm glad to do more and more of these in the coming weeks. Definitely looking forward to your feedback. Talk to you guys later. Take care.